As we have discussed in our previous video, that if you are doubting yourself, there is no one who can believe you or trust you. And when you do not find anyone to trust you, what happens? Automatically, autonomously, we get surrounded by the fear, and it hovers and it covers our entire thoughts. So today I am in the second part of the series, of which that if you doubt yourself, obviously you can call it a second episode. So today we are going to discuss, if you doubt yourself. I have brought some points which we couldn't discuss in the previous video, otherwise that could have been so long. So first I have for you, when you are in the conversation, my dear, instead of focusing on perfection, I recommend you to focus on communication. What does it mean, sir? Let me tell you. When you are talking about something, or you can say when you are talking to someone, you need to focus on the conversation. You need to pay attention to your listener, and when he speaks, you need to be a good listener. Solely, calmly, you need to understand his thoughts, so that the idea or the message has been conveyed by the second party must be decoded very coherently and adequately by us. I hope you are getting what I mean to say. I mean to say, be a good listener, pay attention to the conversation, rather focusing on the perfection. Nobody is perfect. If very quickly you start judging yourself, you will give a wrong verdict. No need to be in that hurry to give you a verdict that you are so slow, you can't speak right words, your grammar is wrong, your structures are wrong, you do not have confidence. Stop underestimating yourself. Don't do that. If others are there, don't occupy their job. Let them do their job, and you be little tender, soft to yourself. We have a lot of people to be harsh to us. We need to be calm. We need to be soft. We need to be peaceful to ourselves. So you are not perfect. I am not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Stop thinking this. There is only perfect, that is God. Right? So when nobody is perfect, I should not get into that dilemma of being perfect. Time will come when people will call you perfect. Till then, wait. Don't be in hurry. Right? Second, I have for you, embrace your mistakes. This is what we can't digest. We should understand mistakes are bound to happen. Mistakes are part of a conversation. When you are conversing, mistakes are going to happen. You can't avoid those. You can avoid your signs. What signs? Which are indicating, which are beckoning to you about your mistakes. So hold on. Whenever you make a mistake, give a smile, or just say, uh-oh, let me clear, you can go with some pauses. Sometimes try to understand the root cause of the mistakes. First of all, as I told you, that mistakes are bound to happen. But same mistake, if you are doing frequently, then you need to give a break to yourself. Hold on, correct your mistake, and try to get the cause. Why are you making that mistake? Maybe because of the ignorance of the grammar, or there is some other reason, or it is the speed that you want to cope up. So, the slower you speak in the beginning, the better and fluent you can speak later. So in the beginning, when you are learning English at basic level, I must not recommend you to speak very fast. Go a little slower. Chew, open your mouth. There are some exercises. Be a friend to English language, so that your tongue can be buttery to the language. I mean to say, both your tongue and your mind be compatible to the language. So learn to embrace your mistakes. These are a part of You can't even show me even the native speakers. You find them making mistakes. That's why they learn the tongue twisters. They practice with the tongue twisters in order to speak a better language, right? Better means what? Right. Listen more. Be a good listener. How many mouths do we have? One. Ears? Two. God has given us to listen more. We need to understand the basic fact. The very important thing is to be a good listener. When you fill by listening yourself, you must have seen in the beginning the lower classes, what is happening over there to the little ones. They are being fed, their ears are being stuffed. Why? Because whatever they are being taught, they are going to repeat. And whatever they are going to repeat, they will say it out, what I call shadow practice. You need to catch a shadow. When you are listening to the native speaker, what happens when you try to imitate? When you try to imitate, you learn that in which context a word has been used, in which context this sentence has been used. So all these things, when you collect, you gather your knowledge, so you understand and perceive yourself that now I have accumulated the knowledge, and now the time comes to execute that, to use that. Once you come across new words, vocabularies, new structures, use then and there only, and try to use it frequently. What will happen in that case? It will be in your permanent memory. And when something goes in your permanent memory, you just take it out and it will be on your tongue. So keep listening to native speakers. Keep listening English videos. Keep watching English videos. Keep listening to English podcasts or something whenever you have a time. What happens? It actually, like I can say, it enlightens your brain in a particular language, whatever language you are trying to learn. It gives you an idea to be more into that particular language so that you can learn in a better way. You can use that language in a better way. All in all, it gives you confidence. And as I have said in my previous video pertaining to the topic, you need to imagine yourself being a good and wonderful speaker. Just close your eyes and imagine that you are on the stage or a dais and you are talking to a huge crowd. What will happen? Nothing will happen in one day. Believe me. But when you keep practicing it, it gives you the confidence, and the confidence gives you, it goes inside your body. It becomes a part of your body. And whenever you feel or you go lower level of that confidence, suddenly it just comes and arises. You are a confident speaker. That time you are able to maintain that level. Fear will go. Doubts will go. Underestimation will go. And then I have already talked about shadow practice. And most important thing, we talk to many people. We ask, we seek advices of many people, but we do not do one thing, that is a piece of advice from this side, means from your own. Self-talk is mandatory. When you do self-talking, you come to know the pros and cons of something. Similarly, when you talk to yourself, you come to know the drawbacks and the positive points of yours. And when you tell yourself that you are confident, your brain passes that message to every tissue of your body. Self-motivation is one of the biggest motivation in this world. When you talk to yourself, what happens? You remove your fear, you remove your errors, you try to rectify your errors and correction of your mistakes. What happens? A wonderful version, a finer version of yours is getting ready. So all these points that we have discussed today, it will help you out 101% if you put them into practice, not just by watching the video once and thinking yourself a confident speaker won't work for you. You need to practice every single day the points we have discussed in this video as well as in the previous video. Keep listening, keep watching, and most importantly, to keep putting into the practice, which will help you be a wonderful speaker. All in your journey, I am with you. You can drop your query in case if you are struggling with something, your doubts, your queries, I love to have. Please do leave it in the comment section, and do not forget to watch the previous video pertaining to the topic, and surely I will be bringing such videos for you in future. So I hope that you are learning and you are trying to find a better version of yours. So keep learning, keep enjoying, and stay healthy. Till then, take care. Bye bye.